you, brother. And I want you to be cautious.
I won't live my life afraid to make a mistake.
You're happy. I'm happy.
So when I'm happy, you're happy that I'm happy.
Do not worship power. I understand its appeal. You want to have that one guiding force, that master who can never become the slave because he is supreme. Power makes all other things seem trivial, and justifies all things that glorify itself. But don't mistake yourself for the power that you worship. You are not it. You are its instrument. You are not its end. You are its means. Don't be a man who worships power. Such a man is not strong unto himself, but only in the power with which he attempts to associate. All such power is only absolute, only valid, until a greater power comes along. It is not lasting. It is not intrinsic. It is taken, given, bequeathed, or discovered. Such value is not lasting, but is incidental. Worship of power makes a man incapable of happiness, because there is never enough power to be had, and there is always someone with more power than you. And in order to obtain maximum power, one must abandon one's principles. The more principles you have, the less power you have as an individual. The fewer principles you have, the more power is available to you, because you are in agreement, in accordance, in compliance, enslaved by the system as it is, the status quo, the power worshippers, power for its own sake. Worship of power makes a man easy to control. If money is the route to power, then any such man can be controlled with money. If it is a sense of superiority that makes him feel powerful, then he is controlled with flattery and other illusions. If it is fear, then he is made to be fearful. He only knows fear is effective because he has felt it. He has been possessed by it. Worship of power makes a man conventional. It makes him ordinary, for he seeks the safest route of survival beyond his own wits. He wishes to be close to the Alpha, associated with him, and so were he ever separated from him, he would have nothing inside to keep him alive. So he would attempt to hurt others, to oppress them in order to feel powerful again, though he is lost and weak. Do you believe the most powerful are the happiest? Are they capable of happiness, having repressed any sense of right and wrong, if indeed they had one to begin with, having become the worst kind of relativist, who is to blame for every failure of humankind to fulfill our potential? Because when having principles would have assured humanity's evolution, they chose power, survival, selfishness, using all manner of self-delusion to convince themselves that what they did was right, in an absolute logical sense, when in fact it was simply what felt good. Are they capable of happiness, having abandoned all golden rules to which they themselves would hope to be subject, having oppressed their workers and their nation, and the nations of the world, having undermined public goods for their private benefit, having bombed civilians from the sky, and destroyed the mortal world in which we live? Is such a person capable of happiness? Are they capable of anything besides the machinations of power? To crush, to dominate, to wipe out, to destroy. For to do anything besides these things would be to relinquish power. And any acts that aren't in service to power, that appear to be selfless, like giving to charity, are in service to upholding power, to sustaining it, to justifying its existence. At most, admire achievement, not power, and do not worship it. If you do, you worship at the altar of your own repression, assimilation, subjugation, and that of all humankind.